Let's see what we got here. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure having you here. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And technically, as a spiritual healer, what I do is I help people to become emotionally and mentally balanced. And when I'm talking about emotionally balanced, I'm not referring to being polite, not raising your voice, you know what I'm saying? None of that shit. I'm pretty much referring to, you understanding how your emotions are being created. Then now you understand your emotional pattern and blockages. Like we're talking about true mastery here. Meaning, if you choose to yell, you are still emotionally balanced. So this is the time when I said, fuck you. I meant that. I'm not taking it back. Oh, yeah. Fuck you, motherfucker. So, that's that time. That's that balance. Everything's cool. Everything is everything. Even if I had to raise my voice, whatever the fuck it is. But to make a long story short, yeah, I'm walling. To make a long story short, being emotionally balanced, it goes beyond, just being polite. It's pretty much what I talked about. Now, mentally balanced, it's also you have to understand how your, mental is pretty much being shaped. How is it being conditioned? You see what I'm saying? Now, with all of that being said tonight, which is going to take us to our conversation tonight, because pretty much we'll be talking about enculturation. Again, another aspect of your mind. And here's something else too that I wanted to say, because quite often, and this is what, since I talked about emotions, it's not being polite. Well, the same thing happened on this side, right? So when we talking about being, let's just say, mentally balanced, it doesn't mean you have to suppress your emotions. That's not what it meant at all. In fact, if your emotions plays a big part on how you see things. Yeah, it's based on that fear that you had, those emotions that are not being addressed appropriately. It affect how you see things. So again, to say to be mentally balanced is to neglect that. You're bullshitting. You're bullshitting. Do you see what I'm saying? Just like, motherfuckers are trying to be polite. Nigga, you bullshitting. Now you may choose to do whatever you like, but if it's not mastered, you're just acting. But anyway, I'm passionate. Hey, it's the passion, nigga. Hmm. I love what I do. Because this is being. I'm sorry. This is being, man. You do you. I mean, how useful would you be if you're not doing you? That's why I don't understand. How can you not try to be you? I got you though. I got you. But anyway, in a nutshell, I help you to pretty much have a mental and emotional, to be mentally and emotionally balanced. you know. And now if you're coming back, you already know it's definitely a pleasure having you here. Come on now, come get your medicine, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. Let's talk. Now, um, generally speaking, guys, I always like to give you a little bit of background about what spirituality is. Because you know, quite often people always look at spirituality like it's something that's outside of. Ultimately, that's what they're saying. They created a separation between, I don't know. That's why a motherfucker would feel like when, oh wow, you're talking, wow, that's something else. So the misconception is to look at spirituality as something that's outside of you because you don't understand your true nature. That's why you're sleepwalking. So in other words, I help you. That's why the whole process of waking up is all about. People are using that term, but that's what it means. In fact, this conversation is going to be strongly related to our conversation tonight, which is again, we're going to be talking about, I don't know if I already said it, but we'll be talking about enculturation. How, because the Kabbalion tells us it's all mental. Do you see what I'm saying? But before I do that, so let's talk about spirituality first, because I feel like that's going to be a good foundation so we could build on what we need to talk about. Hey, get out of here. So spirituality is simply your story. It's you. But for you to even understand that, you would need to understand your nature first. That's why it's an inner journey. That self-realization that we have. Everybody's talking about God. We understand, like there's more to us. It's being expressed every day, but not all of us or most of us are conscious of it. That's why when you're truly conscious, what you're doing is you pretty much materialize, you become a God on earth. That's how the God just come down to earth, bro. You know what I'm saying? They come down to earth through you. That's why the point or the purpose of having, I mean, how good is knowledge if you're not wise? Otherwise, you're just talking. You have to become the knowledge. Like I think even in the Bible it says Jesus was saying, not everybody's saying my name. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be saved, but the ones who are putting the work in, and that work is that self realization. Is you knowing who you are. Is you acting like Christ? Because there's no benefit in talking about Christ at all, or even talking about anything, but you gain everything by doing it. So it wouldn't make sense. Like, how can spirituality be outside of you? Okay, I probably went a little too far on that one, but anyway, or too deep. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So spirituality is you. The Kabbalion calls us. I mean, describe this as the mind is all. The all. All is all. I don't know. Is it the all is all? I don't even remember. But I guess they're saying that the mind is all. And that's exactly what it is. So now when we're talking about culture, your upbringing, all of these things have an impact on how you're looking at life. In other words, that's what would make me a Haitian man, you an American, he's a French, whatever the fuck. Those upbringings, those ways of looking at life will actually shape your life. It's gonna shape your fear. It's gonna, you have your holidays. That's why you have your holidays. This culture, it's like, has a big impact on how you think. And how you think, is your vibration. Also has to do with your level of consciousness. That's why the more open you are, meaning the more you raise your consciousness, the more open you'll be. Meaning you would have to go outside of your culture. but I'm getting way ahead of myself here. I mean, ultimately, that's what I'm going to be talking about. But let's talk about how it's affecting you. So that's another, I would say, something else that would help you to become mentally balanced. So again, there's nothing that's outside of spirituality. You only think that way because of ignorance. And that's why I'm here as a spiritual healer, to give sight, to give you sight, to help you see it better or help you to see beyond the veil. And that's what the message has always been. Christ telling you, you know what I'm saying, for you to become the Christ, you become the Buddha. That's what the work, that's why we're here. Then when you become yourself, you have automatically transcend this reality. Not by refuting it, but by embracing it, by seeing it better, by having a quality vision. Now you're looking at things from a different perspective, meaning there appear to be one way, but you're dealing with them in another way. Or because you're looking at it from a different perspective. That's what the fucking illusion is. The way it's not the way it appears. So now for you to see it, you gotta see it not the way it appears. Come on, niggas. You gotta look at it from different angle now. If this is that's what makes you the magician, my friend. And that's what the Kabbalah is telling us, by this world being all mental. So if this being all mental, how do you dissociate that from your reality? It's only due to fucking ignorance. Listen, a doctor goes to school, let's just say for 50 years, becomes a doctor and do what? Serve in the community. A motherfucker like a lawyer, go to school for 3,000 years, comes out making a lot of money, serving who? The community. Do you see our connection? We all need one another. You know what I'm saying? We don't even see that. We don't even understand it on that level. So I'm also showing you how it is all about the collectivity. So meaning you have to develop your perspective. You got to go beyond your culture. But for you to do that, you have to understand your culture first, right? You know what I'm saying? Because when we're talking about enculturation, it's how now you become doctrine to your culture. You have your holidays, you have everything, but there's also a state of mind that comes with that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, shit. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Over here in America, we get married because of love. That's a beautiful thing. We don't sustain the idea of arranged marriages now, do we? Freedom! You know what I'm saying? I love it. But now, this is where you would have to open up your mind a little bit more, right? So now you got to listen to that motherfucker who's doing that. You like, yo, motherfucker. He like, yeah, what's going on? Why do you motherfuckers have arranged marriages? Right? Because automatically, by you just doing that, you're already expanding your consciousness here. Because you being that spirit, that living thinking, or that living mind, that energy, You know what I'm saying? That consciousness, that l'esprit, however the fuck you want to call it, you become more conscious. That's why knowledge, all these things, our connection to one another. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about the priest, there's a level of understanding, and or to becoming, you know what I'm saying, conscious, So by you trying to understand your culture, it's already giving you, you know, um, an opportunity for you to step outside of it. Or maybe for the influence of the culture to lessen on you. And now you become more in control of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, I think I was talking about what was I talking about? So yeah, so when you ask a motherfucker, yo, about arranged marriages, then they tell you, you know what? Marriage is more, it's as important as love. Then you'd be like, What, motherfucker? What do you mean?" You see what I'm saying? Because they think marriage is so special. Fuck it. I think I was being dramatic. Well, okay. So, okay, let's do it that way. Then we're gonna do it the way I'm gonna do it, right? So, so now they telling you, guess what, man? It's the union of two families coming together. There's a lot of political things in it. Is how is it gonna go? Is it benefiting both families? I mean, these type of things you'll probably see it more with the echelon or the elite, because they before they get married they're looking at all of that. That's why you'll know when a king or is gonna be married to a princess from another kingdom, a lot of things will change. So this is not just the love shit. There's a bunch of other shit that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? So it's important for you to look at it from both perspectives, because what that does, well, at least for me, it gives me a broader perspective. So I'm not limited in just looking at marriage as love or love as marriage. So it gives me the opportunity to step outside of that box. Anybody could get married, bro. That doesn't mean there's love. That doesn't mean it's a good relationship. It means none of that shit. But somehow people always talk about it, praise it, like, you know. Again, for me, step outside of the box because I understand their pattern. And besides, marriage is a motherfucking contract. So you got to negotiate your terms. You know what I'm saying? At this point, we're talking about marriage. So that's what I'm saying. So, to look at it just for love, uh, you might want to look at all the different aspects. And I'm just saying at the lowest level here. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is baby food. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I'm trying to show you both sides of the coin here. You know what I'm saying? Like a typical American would just, yeah, fuck that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that orange shit. But when you understand it, though, it gives you the opportunity to look at it from both, yeah, you may love somebody, but is it gonna be, what I'm saying? Because now you have a contract. This is a business deal. I think, you know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with love, bro. This is a business deal. That's why the bitch will take half of your shit. Again, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. But you have to understand it. And if you're gonna play the game, or you're gonna play to win, you're gonna play to lose. Anyway, it pays off to be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Now that's the power of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But you got to make sure you're not being indoctrinated because that's what the culture does to you. It indoctrinates you to look at things a certain way. Do you see what I'm saying? And in politics here, you have the Democrat, you have the fucking Republican, right? Two different perspectives, right? But Chris Rock says it best. Like, well, Chris Rock says it best. He said, "Yo, there's some shit I'm Republican about, and there's some shit I'm more leaning towards, being a Democrat about." And you'll see the Republican have great points. And you'll go over here, you see the Republican have some great points as well. Now, let me ask you, why can't those two come together? That's why I always tell you guys to understand what spirituality, African spirituality, is fucking all about. And that's why when I tell you about separation, so look at those two fucking perspective here. Democrat, Republican, right? Both of them have value fucking point in life. You should be able to relate to both of them, even if you're saying I'm leaning more towards this. But the bottom line, what I'm saying is, how do you choose one over the other? This is crazy. And that is the foundation of ignorance. And when you think that way, that's what duality is, by the way. That is duality, two pole. You create a difference in polarity. We're saying those two poles come together. We're not saying they're not different. They're different in degrees, but that's why we say opposite paradoxes, or what I'm saying, false and truth, they come together. Meaning, if you were to be, like Chris Rock was saying, of a person, then you really think about some shit. So even the idea of being in a gang, because that's what that is, y'all gang members. Saying this is a gang country. That's why you have gangs everywhere. Again, you see, I'm taking you a little bit deeper into the culture. But if you're not paying attention to that, if it's your regular day to day shit, you'll just become part of it. That's it. You're not thinking, but you can't master your mind if you're sleepwalking. To be conscious is to know. How do you know if you don't know? You gotta know. That's you. You gotta know. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I could hear a lot of I don't knows. Shit, fuck is this motherfucker talking about? I don't know. But ultimately, again, this is all connected to understanding that we are all one. It's looking at this world from a whole different perspective. You know what I'm saying? We all need one another. Even the motherfucker who's a millionaire, he needs more people. So that's why they open up more and more shop. Meaning this motherfucker said, I need more of your help. Can there be any companies without motherfucking niggas or people in it? It's important to look at the bigger picture. So you have to understand your culture, what's taking place, and how you're being shaped. You see what I'm saying? Because true consciousness, you know what I'm saying, you have to understand this is all mental. It's all mental. And that's why in the occult we said you are the creator, the magician. So understand, even when you, let's just say you become a Christian, let's just say I'll give you guys a break. You become a Muslim. Well, you are the creator of your life. Now you have adopted that type of design or download. Then you're gonna be you'll create a life around that. You'll create your reality. That's why they tell you change your thoughts. Let's just say now you say I'm no longer want to be Muslim. I want to be Christian, and then you change your world. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about ideas. I see a lot of people always fall short. They think they'll say changing an idea. No, your thoughts, how you think every day. You used to be Muslim, now you're Christian. You are on a whole different vibe. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You change neighborhood, baby. Change your mind, you change your neighborhood. Listen. That's how it is. It's all connected. It's all mental. And culturization has a lot to do with you not being conscious. Why? Because everybody's doing it. So we're showing you the way we've been doing it. You want to be cool? This is what we do here. That's what cool people do. Gangs. You're a bunch of gang members out there, man. Y'all gang banging. Gang, gang. You know what I'm saying? Gang, gang, nigga. It's all being reflected in our language, the culture. Self mastery, you're going to have to go beyond that. You have to master that. Do you see what I'm saying? Even when we were talking about, you do you see what I'm saying? Is you being able to, even looking at something such as marriage, have a different perspective. Not going with the collective, man. You just going with the crowd. What are you doing? Can you see that they don't see? Obviously not. That's how two blind men cannot lead. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna lead you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, man. If you dumb, why would you hang out with another dumb nigga? You need a smart motherfucker. It's being translated in again. Spirituality is your life. You know what I'm saying? It's being reflected in all different planes. Your physical plane, your mental plane, and that's what people are talking about when we're talking about truly parallel universe. As it is within, so it is without. Not just in term, I know the general way people are looking at it. I'm giving you something new tonight, baby. Changing it will giving you a different sight, another way of looking at it. You feel me? I'm giving you the sight, baby. So again, it's important, again, it's not you going against your culture at all. In fact, you would have a better understanding of your culture and even better appreciation too. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll know how to deal with it better. Or you could even make it better too. Who knows? That's why in so many words, like, like America, they say it's a, what is it called? Like, it's like a salad. They say that shit. No, I think I heard it somewhere. It's like a salad with tomatoes, onions, and lettuce and all that shit. Nah, but if you really think about it, I mean, it's pretty much a cool thing too. It's like you open to different food. Like even if you look around you, right? You could go to a motherfucking Jamaican restaurant, to a fucking Haitian restaurant, a Caribbean spot. You could go to a motherfucking Italian spot. You know what I'm saying? A Chinese spot. Like to have those different options, man. Already, it you know what I'm saying? You could say tonight, you know what, man? I'm gonna have some Chinese tonight, dog. Or you could say, I don't know, man, you want to have some Papa John's. Papa John's. You know what I'm saying? Some Pizza Hut. Some Little Caesar. You know what I mean? Whichever one. You know what I'm saying? We eat a lot of mashed potatoes down here. Mashed potato. A bunch of pies, motherfuckers. Yeah. You become aware of it. And because now that indoctrination, like I was saying, you would lessen that, or you would know how to deal with that better. That's why you will be able to step outside of that circle. Like that's when you say, I could be American, but I don't have to be motherfucking either a Democrat or I don't have to be either a Republican. You know what I'm saying? Like you could choose not to be. I mean, shit, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, those are the niggas, me personally, as a Haitian nigga, those are the niggas that I love. You know what I'm saying? Because they understand me. Because we're going beyond this. Do you see what I'm saying? Hey, that's how I rock, baby. So again, what the fuck was I talking about? Mm, right. So, because your culture can actually prevent you from seeing the bigger picture. It's like, think about it. That's like being raised in a toxic family. If toxicity is what you know, because when you're toxic, you don't know you're toxic. It's not until you grow. You're like, damn, man, yeah, I remember, man, I used to be toxic, man. You know what I'm saying? It's when you grow out of that shit, then you can see it. In other words, when you have a deeper understanding of what took place, you were still here. It was still you, but you didn't have that inner vision. It could be said in so many different ways. Parallel universe. I'm in the parallel universe right now. The connection of those different world understanding, I love it. I fucking love it. Send this shit out in public. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. So, because in so many ways, when you understand all of that, because the magician, then now that's how you truly become, you are creating your own environment. Well, that's what consciousness is all about now. You know what I'm saying? That's how now knowing the truth now had set you free, free from those limitations. But you didn't do it by suppressing matter, by pushing anything, you know what I'm saying? But you did it by having a deeper understanding of your true nature. Come on, niggas. That's why this is all quality, baby. Your true nature, your inherent. values, those divine qualities in you. Can you feel it? Yeah, nigga. Yeah, us Haitian nigga. I'm radiating, baby. Oh, not boule, nigga. That's how we start. That's what we say. Come on, man. Yo, the more I'm delving into that shit, yo, man. That's why shit. That's why I be with my Haitian shit, nigga. That's what this. That's what's happening now. What the fuck do you think this is? Who do you think is talking? Eh, I mean, where do you think those words are coming from? It's embodying the spirit. And when you see the spirit in you, that's why in Africa we don't look at the animals, we look at them. That's why you call them your brothers and your sisters. Now you have created a divine on earth. You have created heaven on earth, nigga. That's what all them African niggas been doing. The whole knowledge you have to materialize. The gods got to be walking around here. That's what we did when we had those fucking statues and all this shit. Come on, niggas. They understood they were the creator. I'm trying to get you to see to being a god of a mind. I mean, in God in God's mind, man, which is your mind. I'm trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get you to see you. Well, I already see me, nigga. The fuck? You think I'm giving all this away and I got nothing for myself? Fuck out of here, nigga. Nah, man. There's a lot more where this came from. It's the wisdom, man. You have to make heaven on earth everywhere you go. At your house, your mom. I mean, wherever the fuck you go, man. Now you bringing that energy, man. And that's what a healer do, man. We have that energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm working. I'm on the clock. This is what I do full time, man. This is my dedication to you and my devotion. Can you see how much I love you? Yeah, yeah, I mean, can you finally admit it? I fucking love you, nigga. All of you motherfuckers. Shit, who gives a fuck? Shit. Yeah, man. But then again, to get to that state of consciousness, to go beyond, let's just say, because think about it too. And I think in my past couple reading, I mean recordings, I was talking about how, let's just say that if you're Christian, somebody else who's, let's just say, in India, what I'm saying, you believe in one God, this nigga got many gods. And some of his God got many fucking hands and fucking hands and feet. So these niggas are just on some extra shit all over the place. You know what I'm saying? The shit with the fucking sword. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are like just all the way extra with the shit. Now here you all over here talking about just one guy. I'm saying being raised in that culture shaped their mind to look at life that way. Culture and all of that. That's why the true magician embraces everything. The wise men, like you don't you study many different disciplines. without you embrace all of them without separating because they all matters. Or there's a way they're all pieces of you, all telling different stories of you, the spirit, either an Indian spirit or a fucking American spirit. At the end of the day, humanity is the umbrella, and this is what's taking place all around you. But to become conscious of that, not to be indoctrinated in it, culture, your culture plays a big part. Everybody's culture. So it's important for you to go beyond your culture. You know what I'm saying? Democrats have some great points. Republican also have some great points. Depends on the situation, but it turned out to be a competition. It turns out to be a rivalry. It's a gang thing. Duality, duality. So in so many ways, they are showing you their spirituality. That's why their spirituality is based out. That's why they talk about fucking ego. That's why the ego, because there's a separation between who they are and their fucking ego. Because the true master, when you say he doesn't have an ego, he embraces all of himself. So when you talk about an ego, you automatically see that's what again when I was talking about the discrepancy with your emotions and the intellect, insanity, no harmony. In other words, no yin and yang. So their spirituality is based on that. And now, what would you call their occult? Now, that's what you'll see like the Gnostics. Not all of the Gnostics. Like I always tell people, I always recommend the Nicene Gnostics. Those are more in alignment with African spirituality to me. But generally speaking, what they're telling you, this lesser world here, this is totally bullshit. In fact, sufferance is, there's sufferance because of this. Meanwhile, if you're living that same reality, then you understand that's not true. It cannot be true. You cannot dissociate spirit from matter. Even something as easy as, let's just say, gluttony, right? Or someone who's fat, obese, and all that shit. Now, if you're looking at that person like they just eat, 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 eat because of food, they just can't control themselves. What are you saying? What are we saying? Is it the food that makes them being, because of this earth? Meanwhile, you may have great control over your fucking food. So what would be the difference then? You, the one talking about it, making it like, what the fuck? It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We ain't doing that. Again, this is a limited perspective. It's not balance. It's not ma'at. It's duality. In general, when you divide everything, what I'm saying? It's like, again, in our culture, we have battle between the sexes. A relationship to court, this is the battle between the sexes. You hear it, the podcast. The black man, the black women, modern women. This is actually a crisis. You know what I'm saying? The Passport Bros. Who else? You have the Alphas, the Omegas. What else? What else? I've seen this. I've seen a whole bunch of shit. But most importantly, it stems from the battle between the sexes. It's almost like we're not looking to reconcile here. This is what I do. This is what you do. You know what I'm saying? What's the point? So you're already approaching it from anyway. But I'm saying it's crucial for you to understand. Even on a lower level, it would help you to even, see things differently. You know what I'm saying? Make a difference. We're making a difference, baby. That's what I'm doing. Just making a difference. So understanding that indoctrination, what I'm saying, or love is toxic. You have a society, our society, unfortunately, is built out of pain. We always think like we got to do more. More is better. More is more. We think more is more. That's why you'll see a motherfucker, even niggas that are working out. You have this guy, can't recall his name, black guy, used to be fat, and then he started running, doing all that shit. When I hear this nigga talking, it's like, ah. Nigga don't take a break at all. You know what I'm saying? If you shit, you sneeze, you lose. You snooze, you lose, huh? There's no in between. It's do, 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 do. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you have other motherfuckers who may have been bigger than him, didn't have to work as much. You know what I'm saying? You could just drink juice, nigga. You could just juice right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? Then you talking to more is not always more, bro. You could just juice right now. You know what I'm saying? You could do whatever you're still doing. You juice and that's it. And then when this nigga is you know what I'm saying? Nigga done, yo, I think he did the same thing. He must have ran some marathon. Nah, I'm trying to think about that. I'm trying to think about that movie, man. This nigga, this nigga with oh shit, what's the name of that movie? With Tom Hanks. Fuck, it's not clicking. But in that Tom Hanks movie, I should call this nigga Tom Hanks. I'm saying nigga done took over the world, man. I'm just saying this. Hopefully, not to make fun or anything, but just to give you a different perspective. You see what I'm saying? Again, but if you don't look at it that way, a lot of us always think more, 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 and more. We want instant results, man. Here's something else too, man. Sometimes you gotta let it cook, baby. You know what I'm saying? You gonna microwave or you gonna cook? Which one are you doing? Well, if you're going for the microwave, I got you. But if you want to cook, baby, you're gonna have to wait. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But then now, when you don't understand that, you go towards where you gotta wait. Now you want it fast. You're in the fast lane. You know what I'm saying? You're switching up lanes. Saying that's where you get your scammers too, man. And all of that. Your Bonnie and Clydes. That's it. Bunch of outlaws out here, niggas. Yo, Fast and Furious out here, switching up lanes, doing all that shit. More is more. So again, it's important to understand the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm trying to say you want to be an American, but you don't want to be an American. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be an American that's not an American. It's like, oh my God, what does that mean? Exactly what it exactly what it means. You know what I'm saying? Not to be limited by it, but to use it to your benefit for you to open up your mind. So again, I'm showing you, oh my God, like shit. I think I gave you more than more, more than what you asked. To be honest, I just gave you a little bit more than what you asked here. By showing you the different perspective too on how it could fuck you up. But most importantly, once you understand it, it's not refuting it. You're not negating it. You use it for what it is, but you also know there's more than that. That's what self mastery, being conscious, is all about. Now you've been set free. You no longer have to go with the flow. What you gonna do, man? The world is yours. And that's the ultimate message, or, to become conscious. The underlying, meaning or mystery of truly becoming conscious. And that's how you're being set free. Know that you are the creator. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this. You were able to learn a few. I guess couple of things. I hope I didn't lose you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you can always rewind the selector. You already know. I sent. Bravo. Ali.